Hello and welcome. Today we're looking at the Leupold QRW Gen 1 and Gen 2 rings. Can you tell which one is which? Well, if you have a pair, it's very easy to spot. If not, this is the Gen 2 and this is the Gen 1. Their packaging clearly states they're made in the USA, which is a nice touch, and it gives you all the other information you might need, but guess what? Not here. Here we're just going to talk about the differences between the Gen 1s and the Gen 2s, and if they're even worth the upgrade for you. So let's look at the Gen 1 and go over what I like and what I don't like about it. The first thing you notice when you pick up these rings are just how heavy they are. They are solid steel and they are quite robust. If you pick this up next to an aluminum ring, you're going to notice the weight difference right away. So if you're looking for a lightweight ring, this is not it. However, if you're looking for a ring that's made extremely well and going to last you for a lifetime, these are a solid choice. But you can't buy these anymore. We'll have to go with this one. But let's continue on this. I really like these rings. I have 2 pairs of these and 1 pair of the PRW, which is their permanent ring. There's not a whole lot I could really say I don't like about these. They're made well, they look great, the fit and finish on them is superb. Hardware they use is perfect. It's what you'd expect from an American-made Leupold product. Now, as far as the Gen 1s, one of the things I really don't like about it, and in fact with the Gen 2s as well, is how the little lever in the middle, the lock, it wiggles. Not a real deal breaker, but it's just a pet peeve of mine. I don't know why they did that. But that's not really the thing that I really don't like about the Gen 1s as opposed to the Gen 2s. What I don't like about the Gen 1s most off is this. I'm going to real quick take off the top part of the ring. I want to show you why I really despise these when compared to the Gen 2s. Now, given their shape, what would you think would happen if you go to put this on your well, not in this case, but your potentially very expensive rifle scope? It doesn't fit. I don't know why Leupold did this to begin with, but as you can see, it does not slip right on top like most other rings. Instead, what you have to do is either press this straight down or try to peel this back and slip it on. I can understand that, maybe they wanted more surface area on top of the ring, but if you look at most rings, they're a complete circle when they're together. So what real difference does it make? The only thing this is going to do is create a problem when you go to put these on your scope. If you care about scratches and stuff like that, this is a problem. This is a real problem. Another problem is when you go to lock these up, you can get the scope in position, you can get everything leveled, everything's perfect. You lock up this screw more than this screw, what'll happen is because there's so much surface area on the top part of this ring, it'll actually it'll turn the scope ever so slightly. This is the biggest part about the Gen 1s that I really don't like. And let me show you now. We'll segue from here. Yep, even put a little scratch on it. But that's fine because that scope is going nowhere. Let's segue from the Gen 1s now into the Gen 2s. It's still a T15 bit for both of them. However, for whatever reason, Leupold changed the thread pitch of the screws from the Gen 1s to the Gen 2s. I don't know exactly what the pitches are, but you can clearly see the Gen 1 has a fine thread, the Gen 2 has a coarse thread. It doesn't really make a difference. The Gen 2s, however, do not have that problem. Ta-da! They slip right on. Is that going to be a deal breaker for you? It is for me. Now's a good enough time as any to compare why the Gen 2s are better than the Gen 1s. Right off the bat, clearly you can see, if we compare the bases, there's a huge difference. Gen 1s obviously being in the front, Gen 2s in the back. That for me is enough to make me want to go with the Gen 2s. If I can get like a pair of Gen 1s for cheap, as opposed to spending full price on Gen 2s, I'd buy the Gen 2s just for that fact. However, I did notice that the Gen 2s might not have the same quality finish on the lower part of the rings. It's hard to note, but it just seems like they put a little bit extra coating over here, as opposed to the Gen 1s that have a nicer finish. Also, the Gen 1s have a little bit more of a relief over here. Makes no difference. It's just visual. What do these look like when they're mounted to a rail, or at least how do you mount them to a rail? Very simple. They both mount the exact same at that point on. You unscrew it, like you would anything else. You put it up, you slide it on, and you lock it up. When you lock it up, of course, you always push to one side, and you give it a nice tightening. One nice feature about these rings, you pull back, and you can clock how you want the lever to go. So if you were to mount both of these, let's say, if this was a match set on your scope, and let's say you didn't like how they looked like that, or if they were getting in the way of something, you can very easily point them towards one another. Looking at both pairs of rings like this, you can really see the difference in the finish. Gen 1s, Gen 2s. I prefer how the Gen 1s look, but of course, you know, you can't buy these new anymore. However, the shortcomings of the Gen 1 are trumped by just the betterness of the Gen 2s in the regard that the cap just slides right on. How do these look mounted to a rifle? Well, here are a couple of pictures mounted on my regular 22. They look great. They fit fine. These being a quick release weaver mount. The weaver is important if you have a weaver base on your rifle because the weaver is narrower than a Picatinny base. So if you have a weaver style ring, you could mount it on both a weaver and a Picatinny rail, as opposed to a Picatinny ring you can only mount to a pick rail. So that's another option, or at least that's another thing to know. My Steyr Scout, I needed to buy a pair of these because that has a weaver style rail on top, not a Picatinny rail. Didn't know that. So to my left, I have a set of SWFA 30mm low rings, aluminum. On the right, obviously the QRW. The ones on the left are pick rail mounted, and the ones on the right are weaver mount. You can see clearly the thickness difference in the crossbar, and well, that's really it. These could only get mounted to a pick rail. These can do either or. Closing thoughts, I like these rings a lot, whether it be the Gen 1s or the Gen 2s. The only problem with the Gen 1 is if you're constantly moving the rings from scope to scope, you're gonna definitely scratch your finish on your scope, no matter what. No matter who you are, no matter what you do. Oh, this got really tight. There we go. Now, are there other options out there for a quick release ring? Yes, if you want to look at the Warrens. The Warrens are really nice. Would I buy a set? I don't really know. I do like how they look overall. However, the build on the Warrens, not quality-wise. Quality-wise, Warrens are top. They're at least on par with this, maybe even better from everything I've heard. I just don't like how they mount. They have the 2 screws at 12 o'clock and 2 at 6 o'clock. And if you want to take the scope out, you have to completely disassemble the ring, which is not the end of the world, but they are slimmer on the profile, on the sides, which is really nice, but on top they stick up a little bit more. Maybe they'll get in the way of your turrets. Maybe they won't on a hunting rifle or something of that sort. I doubt it would be an issue. So it's really just a matter of personal preference. I had actually gotten these Gen 2s when I picked up this Leupold VXR used, and I was pleasantly surprised with the new cap design. Very, very good on Leupold. However, the crossbar is still a little loose. It wiggles on both generations. Again, probably a non-issue, just a little bit of a pet peeve. However, they work exactly the same, with the exception of the cap being a much better design. Hopefully this will help you if you're looking for a quick release ring. Thanks you very much for watching. See you again next time.